Hi Leo, welcome to your August 2020 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website addressed below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help us all on our path to our highest vibrational good. So my ascendant brothers and sisters, let's see what the month ahead has in store for us and what our actions and interactions with the world at large have to say this month. And this month we get the Four of Cups. Okay, so the reason I am a little bit perplexed by this, I ain't gonna lie, you know what, you guys know I never edit my videos, right? And the last video, for some reason, it just didn't seem to be flowing. And the first card that I pulled out for our actions and interactions with the world at large was the Four of Cups. You just saw me shuffle the whole deck again, and I pulled a card and it's the Four of Cups. This is one of the reasons I love what I do, because when Tarot has a message for you, he gonna get that message to you regardless of whether you like it or not. So your Four of Cups, sorry, this is just surreal, right? The Four of Cups is this month because it's in our actions, right? So this is about what we do. This is about snapping yourself out of that funk. Where is it that you have where is it that you may have been a little bit under it? Where is it that you might not have, maybe you felt your energy lagging? Now, this could be because of the Mercury retrograde that was happening in your 12th house, especially if you're a true 12th house Cancer, because I'm a Leo ascendant, so Cancer is my true 12th house. And, this Four of Cups is basically saying to you, wherever it is that you have felt like things were lagging, this is where it all changes. It's kind of like that moment to say you don't see what else is shaping up for you. So all of the stuff that's happened at the moment, wherever it is that you've been feeling stressed, or maybe things have been holding back for you in some way, shape or form, just know that from here on in, things are going to improve vastly. You can't see it yet, but the universe has a gift for you just around the corner. Oh, and before we get into that, I just want to say, if you are celebrating this week, a happy damn birthday to you. If you're celebrating this month, what do I always say? Remember to fill the day of your solar return, so the actual day of your birth, or the place where the sun reaches your ascendant degree. Fill that day with a little bit of everything that you want the whole year ahead to have in it for you. So yeah, it looks like we're snapping out of our funk this month. It looks like we are really starting to open up to whatever else it is that the universe has for you, right? Remember that cup that's coming out there of the clouds. It's kind of like that reminder to say, yes, you've been experiencing this, but you don't know what is just around the corner for you. So pick up your face, pick up your smile, forget your troubles and get happy and all of that stuff. This is a time for you to really welcome in that energy. All right. So even if you can't see it at this moment in time, good things are coming. For your money and materials, you've got the High Priestess. So it's interesting because I actually feel, I can't remember what sign it was, but I think it was Leo. I remember saying in the weekly that there would be almost like some sort of hidden funds or monies revealed. So it's really crazy because I'm doing this after I've done the weekly that goes into August. So your High Priestess, when it comes to finances, when it comes to money, there is about to be either some sort of boost to the finances or some sort of it looks like something that you weren't aware of. Maybe some sort of, for some people it could be a tax rebate. For some people it could be, a bonus from work. For some people it could be that you are, I don't know, getting some sort of a payout that you didn't even realize you were, entitled to. So, either which way, that's great. It also tells me as well, when you have this month a financial or an intuitive nudge towards some sort of financial step, stick with it. This is a really, really good thing for you to do this week. All right. It's really important that you, this month, it's really important that you follow those intuitive nudges or psychic impressions that you get when it comes to money, finances or money making ideas of some sort. And look at this, right? I said that something is coming just around the scenes, around the corner, so to speak. It looks like there is going to be something that's revealed to you, but it's something that could be financially very beneficial. When it comes to your health this month, I actually feel like you could be uncovering, so if you felt sluggish or anything like that, this month you might figure out that it's a certain food that you've been eating that is no good for you. I know, like some people are allergic to gluten and all the rest of it. I know somebody that didn't find that out until like 5 years later. And now that she knows, she doesn't eat it, and she's so much happier and actually healthier. So it might be something to do with that. Like this month you could have something revealed to you that is making your health worse for the wear, so to speak. And then on the home front, it looks like you are either changing or beautifying the home in some respect, which is really interesting because that energy seems to be pervading almost like the whole zodiac this month. There's a lot changing for people when it comes to their homes, when it comes to their physical environments and what they're doing with them. For your communications and conversations this month, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is an interesting card when it comes to communications because it kind of suggests that this month you will be sorting the wheat from the chaff. It looks like you're going through your paperwork. Maybe you are, throwing things out, looking at what's outdated. Maybe you're checking bills, checking numbers, going through all of your accounts. This is a month where you're really working very hard on the admin. When it comes to your communications as well, you could be haggling for better deals. So you could be, better deals on your internet, better deals on your electric or your water, like whatever the things are that you have to pay, like your utilities. This month it looks like you're going through the process. It may be as well, because this falls next to the High Priestess, maybe you realize that somebody's been overcharging you and you get some money back from them. Either which way, that's welcome, right? But yeah, it does look like this month you are renegotiating a lot of the monies or the finances and a lot of the bills. I'm really seeing you guys work very hard on your paperwork, all of that kind of stuff. Now, it does appear that you've got a specific goal in mind, so this is really interesting. Maybe there's some sort of savings goal or something that you've decided to go for, but either which way, this month you will be very focused on that. I actually feel sorry for anybody that tries to pull the wool over a Leo's eyes this month when it comes to the paperwork, the admin, or anything like that, because with the Knight of Pentacles you're going to be really very clear cut. For your love and relations, or your heart and half, you have the Tower card, right? So first of all, for those of you that are single, it looks like you are meeting somebody quite by accident. Maybe you bump into this person in a place that you didn't expect to, but you will be on your travels. This will be you sort of, as you leave the house, maybe you could bump into somebody as you, go to the gym, or as you go to a restaurant. Like, this is somebody that's coming in that's going to completely upturn your world. You're probably going to feel like you've been smacked upside the head and you're just like, oh, okay, who are you? And like I said, because it falls with the Knight of Pentacles, the chances are you are going to be in transit in some way, shape or form. Now, what I find really interesting is the Tower card next to the Knight of Pentacles can sometimes be an accident. I have seen before in a reading that I gave someone that she would have a minor fender bender, as they call it, with somebody, and it ended up being the guy that she went on to date. Together, they've been together, I think now like 2 or 3 years in total. So sometimes it can be that. So you might literally bump into this person, whether by walking, I don't know, maybe you ride over their foot with your bike. Please don't. It can be something like that, but it does look like a very spontaneous meeting, and I feel like you're going to be completely sort of like, oh, okay, wow, where did you come from, by this person. For those of you that are partnered, it's kind of an opposite energy. The Tower is not an easy card. Remember, it's quite challenging. It has that ability to really shake the foundations of things. And for some of you, I'm sorry to say, but it does look like a relationship is coming to an end. Unless you can have sort of these big conversations and talks, or unless you can, really get things out in the open, you might come to a startling realization this month. you know, whereby you kind of look around and say, wow, you know what, I think maybe I'm in the wrong relationship, or actually I feel like this person isn't for me, or do you know what I mean? Like this month, if your relationship's not solid and you're not prepared to have those conversations or take on board what somebody else is saying, it could spell the end of a relationship, I'm sorry to say. For your, or should I say our, weeks of the month, we have, for the first week of the month, we've got the Sun card, right? So for all of those moments of hassle, heartache and hurt, look at this, you've got the Sun. You don't know what's just around the corner, so hang in there, all right? The Sun is now in Leo, it's putting the spotlight on us. I mean, my ascendant, but so, you know, like there is that light, affirming, happy, beautiful energy that's coming up, and that Sun card is about to ease everything, so you know, be on the lookout for it. With your second week of the month, we have the Empress card. So that's really interesting because the Empress represents sort of, well, she's more Venus, so it could be Libra or Taurus, but I see this as a very Taurian card, and the High Priestess is the Moon. The Moon is exalted in Taurus. So this month, finances could take a really unexpected upswing. Look at this, you've got the Sun card right next to the Empress as well. There could be something really fruitful that comes from this month that you weren't expecting. It may very well come through a woman of some sort. Remember, the High Priestess can often be women, so can the Empress, right? These are the two very feminine cards of the zodiac. So it could be that help, assistance, or a boost to the finances comes through women this month, so pay attention to those interactions. Health looks good. I really do feel like this is where I mean, the Sun's in Leo, right? So you're getting your mojo back for sure. And then with your environment, like I said, something about it is changing, or something about it is being revealed to you. So it does look like there's a lot of evolution happening in the place that you're living, or the place that you might end up next. For your third week of the month, we've got the Hermit card. So this really is you. You're doing a lot of work behind the scenes here as well. So you could be dealing with those. It's funny that I said utilities, right? Because this is the card of Virgo. So you could be doing a lot of cleaning this week. You could be doing a lot of, for some of you as well, it looks like you're thinking about purchasing a car, or certainly changing the car that you have, or maybe getting it into the shop to get a tune up and all of that. But yeah, the third week, it's really going to see you working on your paperwork, working on your bills, your admin, your utilities, all of that sort of stuff. It's it's just a very practical week where you're dealing with all of, the nitty gritty and the details of the day-to-day stuff that you have to deal with. So very, very interesting week for sure. Yeah, I like that. I actually feel like it's it's not gonna be the sexiest week, but it's gonna be very practical, and the results that you get from it could be great. All right, this also looks like it's a very quiet week for you as well. Remember, it's the Hermit card. And then finally, the fourth week of the month, we've got the World card, a change in status. The World card is very often where something about us or our lives changes for, in a big way. This could be you going from single to partnered. It could be you going from partnered to single, I'm sorry to say. And remember, the World card is also a grand completion or a culmination of some sort, and it's right underneath the Tower. So if you are in a relationship, this month could really spell the end of that for you. And I think you're going to have to really be very cautious about how you approach this, so that, everybody comes out of it relatively unscathed, so to speak. For those of you that are single, like I said, you could just be meeting somebody that absolutely sort of almost comes out of nowhere, and you're like, okay, hi, but where did you come from? It's going to be one of those fated moments, I actually think. For the key to the month, what do we have? This month we have the Star card. There is a lot of hope. There is a lot of reason to hope. There is joy, there's happiness, there's optimism. And there's also a very big glimpse into your future that will come this month. So at some point over the course of this month, it does look like you're having some big innate realization about where things are headed for you in your life, how things are likely to shape up for you. And remember, the Star card is your people. So you could find that this month people in general just start to show up for you. Maybe you're connecting with more people, being more sociable. which is great. It's definitely an energy that I think Leos are going to need this month. But yeah, I'm going to say this to you, how you start this month is going to be very different to how you finish it. I think life is going to be very different by the time you get to the end of August and you start heading into September. So be aware of that. All right. With all of that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.